Hey, Rhythm Droid here. Welcome back to my studio. It's good to see you again. So, I wanted to talk about something today that is, I find it helpful. I find it helpful to actively have strategies to maintain creative output and to use some hippy dippy terminology to maintain my ability to bring light into the world, to bring myself into the world, to express myself. Uh, One of the counteracting forces to regular self expression and the ability to, for me, the ability to create art and tap into the right brain and tap into something where I can create, what I think is beauty. One of the counteracting forces to that is perceiving the world as chaotic. And what that means is, there's been death and violence and bad news and the observance of suffering. That we've observed suffering, we've participated in suffering. Uh, all of these things it's part of the human condition. Spiritual perspectives have told us that for thousands and thousands, 5, 6, 7,000 years. And there's other perspectives as well. But the point is, we don't snap our fingers and eliminate suffering overnight. So suffering and disappointment and pain and violence are part of living in this world as a human being, and we perceive them on a daily basis. I perceive them on a daily basis as much as I want to, control, the witness of pain and suffering. It finds a way, social media and whatnot. So chaos, I define chaos as sort of like the level of violence and suffering and pain and confusion. It sort of overtakes the levee. It spills over. That's when I consider it chaos. And I think most of us could agree I feel like we're living in a chaotic world right now. So how does that pertain to making art? So here's the thing. I was walking in downtown LA and I'm always noticing, pain and suffering and disorder and all that kind of thing. And I was like, I want to raise my level of tolerance for chaos. I know it sounds weird, but if I'm constantly knocked over by a feeling of powerlessness to the suffering that I see, if I'm constantly taken off my feet, I don't have anything to stand on to express myself and bring my light into the world, whatever that might be. And so if I get to the point where I'm cynical and pessimistic, I'm not going to be able to do what it is I do. I'll give you a little analogy that I share a lot, and maybe I've even shared it on other videos, but I think it's really worth saying. Just imagine 200 or 300 years ago. Life was really tough. I mean, compare it to today, compare 200, 300 years ago. Half of your siblings would die before 20. 50% chance you would die, 80% chance at least that you would be drafted and go to a war if you were a male. There was just suffering and bloodshed, political turmoil, a very, very, very entrenched class system, more so than today. And yet, and these unknown diseases, we didn't even know 200 years ago. We didn't even know that bacteria and diseases traveled through water. Like we didn't even know you could get sick from drinking bad water because of bacteria. I mean, that's how out of it we were. Life was tough. But did that prevent people like Beethoven, Mozart, Bach, at least I'm just referencing the Western world, art in the Western world, did that stop them from creating amazing works of beauty? Did that stop the architects, Palladio, and all those people from making beauty? No, it absolutely didn't. Was Palladio 200 or 300 years ago? I don't know, you gotta correct me on that. But the point is, classical revivalists and all that stuff, that didn't stop people from bringing light into the world. So I'm not gonna stop myself from bringing light into the world, and I have to find a balance where I don't get knocked over by a sense of chaos. I have to find a way for things to make sense so that I don't have this dark cloud. And look, you know, recent events have put a dark cloud over everybody, and I'm talking about the whole year. More recent events, there's a lot going on, but I need to increase my tolerance for that chaos, or at least I need to be very aware of how much I can take before I'm losing effectiveness as the person who I am. All right, that's all for now. Thanks a lot for sticking around. I can't wait to see you again. Bye for now.